Welcome to the December 3rd, 2018 edition of the BitcoinNews.com Daily Podcast, where we go deeply into the market analysis and cover the biggest stories, or at least the most interesting stories in Bitcoin, blockchain, and cryptocurrency every single day. This is your host, Space Marine, live with my space wife cooking latkes. Say hello.
Hi-ho.
Yes, the space wife makes very good latkes on Hanukkah. So jumping right into the market analysis, there's a big red candle today in the market for Hanukkah. And all of you traders that are Jewish will get this joke because it's Hanukkah, we like candles. And the red candle is what you see on the chart when you see a huge red crash. So yeah, we got the red candle today. Bitcoin had a nice red candle from about $4,000 all the way down to $3,750. It's recovered slightly to $3,820 on Bitstamp. And on Bitfinex it's at $3,907. So Bitstamp continues to have like a 2%, 3% premium for Bitcoin because it costs more to deposit and withdraw fiat to Bitstamp, but at least it's working. So Bitstamp continues to be the biggest fiat to Bitcoin exchange in the world, and they're working, so that's good news, but they cost a little more, so Bitcoin costs more there. So arbitrage traders, just keep that in mind. You might think, oh, I could buy Bitcoins on Coinbase and then sell it on Bitstamp and make instant money. Nah, you're going to lose more than that actually trying to deposit and withdraw on Bitstamp. This is the way it is. So, as for the rest of the market, well, first we'll start with the Bitcoin market cap. It's actually at $67.5 billion right now. Actually, more like $67 billion. The coin market cap listing is always a little higher than that real price because they average in Bitfinex and some other markets that are way too high. So you got $67 billion Bitcoin market cap. And it's actually not that much higher than where it was. It hit a low of like 3,500. Looking at the chart, it went as low as like 3,450 actually, like briefly, like 3,475. Yeah, that's the exact. So that was the exact bottom for 2018, 3,475. We're only a few $100 above that. Maybe like $300 or $400 above the absolute bottom for 2018. But there is no real support level. Like we thought the support level was $5,800 and then Bitcoin Cash forked and decimated itself. And then the SEC started attacking initial coin offerings and those started decimating themselves with lawsuits and speculators selling all their coins and whatever, and then back to lay their physical Bitcoin futures, which would have really helped the Bitcoin market, and that's not happening this year. I mean, the year's almost over, so we got some potential next year. The total cryptocurrency market cap has slid below $126 billion. It's probably more near $125 billion. And yeah, the sizzle you hear in the background is the Hanukkah latkes. Very important to keep the Space Marine alive in space. So, Ripple is at $14 billion. Ripple has gone down. So Bitcoin's down 7%. Ripple's down 5%. Ethereum is down 8%, near $11 billion. So Ethereum, I like Ethereum. I just started using Ethereum, and I like it. But it's been sliding because a lot of the platforms that launched on it were kind of like, yeah, we're going to do this, this, and this. We just need like $100 million. And then they wasted all the money on Lamborghinis and parties. And now Ethereum is at... Yeah, it slid. It was $1,400 in early 2018, and now it's near $100. It might actually go below $100 at some point. Like if we see another nice big red candle for Hanukkah, it could go below $100. And the luck, I set up the smoke alarm. I'll be back in a second. So fires are very dangerous in space, and I had to go handle that to avoid my spaceship from combusting. All right, so back to the market analysis. We were on Ethereum. Ethereum's market cap's $11.2 billion, probably more like $11 billion. And, yeah, it's solidly number 3, but it used to be number 2, and Ripple surpassed it. No one really likes Ripple that's a true Bitcoiner, because Ripple has, like, a very centralized supply. I think there's, like, 100 billion Ripple, but only 40 billion Ripple in circulation. So they kind of dump Ripple, like, every month. And if there's a high demand for Ripple, they dump all the Ripple they could in a month. Like, there's only a certain amount they could dump per month. It's in a time-lock contract. And then Stellar's kind of like Ripple. It's at number 4. It's like the little brother of Ripple or something. Little sister. I don't know what you want to call it. It's below $3 billion now. It dropped 7% today. So it just dropped below $3 billion. It's at 15 cents per Stellar. I wish I would have got some of that. They were giving out like 5,000 at a time on Reddit back in 2014 when it came out. Bitcoin Cash continues to decimate itself. It's down 8% today. And this is Bitcoin Cash ABC. It's at $2.8 billion. 159. Well, that's the market cap, and the actual price is $159 per Bitcoin Cash ABC. They just call it Bitcoin Cash now. Even though Bitcoin SV, which is Bitcoin Cash SV, would say their Bitcoin Cash, No, actually, I think Bitcoin Cash SV is saying they're Bitcoins because they're calling themselves Bitcoin SV now. They're definitely not Bitcoin. $1.7 billion market cap, $93. That's definitely not Bitcoin. Their trading volume is like $82 million a day. Bitcoin's trading volume is $5 billion per day. That's only on the spot markets. Bitcoin's actual trading volume, all the markets combined, and also the transactional use for buying goods and services, is probably over $10 billion per day. And that's a pretty decent global currency there. Bitcoin SV is not a global currency. That $82 million is mostly just speculative investing and maybe Craig Wright dumping his Bitcoins to buy Bitcoin SV. Litecoin is approaching $30. It's actually down 10% today. Litecoin's getting hit hard today. It's down to a $1.8 billion market cap. It's been below 30 recently before, though, so this ain't nothing new. It's actually just below 31 right now. EOS, and I've been mentioning how EOS goes down more than all the other coins on down days, and it goes up less on up days, and that's just kind of been sliding it down the ranks. It's at $2.3 billion market cap now. It's down 12%. It's at $2.59. EOS has just been sliding down the ranks and shedding money from its market cap nonstop since it went onto its own blockchain. Like, there was a little rally when the blockchain was launching for EOS, but that rally is now over. Well, it's been over for a long time, and it's just been sliding and sliding. It's lost billions of dollars of market cap since it went to its own blockchain. Going further down the list, Monero, the number one privacy coin, is down 10%. It's below $55, $900 million market cap. IOTA, the number one directed at cyclic graph coin, is at $760 million, 27 cents, down 8%. Dash, the number one X11 coin, is down 10%, $83.67, nearly a $700 million market cap. And Dash was over $1 billion not that long ago, so Dash has been getting hit hard. And then we could go down the list. I always talk about Dogecoin. I love Dogecoin. It's only down 3.5%. So Dogecoin, it's like the opposite of EOS. So EOS goes down more on down days. Dogecoin goes down less than other coins. Dogecoin has been holding its own and sliding up the ranks. Dogecoin just passed VeChain. And VeChain is one of the more popular initial coin offerings. It's a supply chain blockchain platform. So VeChain's at VeChain's at $251 million. And Dogecoin's at $254 million. Now Dogecoin is looking to take down Tezos. Go Dogecoin! And then we go down to 0x, a basic attention token. I don't know why I give them any attention, even though it's called basic attention. I guess they're important to Coinbase. Coinbase added them, but they've just been going down and down and down since Coinbase added them. Probably upsetting a lot of United States investors and normal people that just wanted to buy some. Because Coinbase, whenever they add a coin, there's like a thirst for more coins on there because they barely have any. They got like Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and like a couple others. But yeah, so they added 0x, a basic attention token. Probably a lot of normal people bought them, like just average citizens. Now they're getting angry, I bet. They're probably losing money. And I would go all the way down the list. In fact, I will, because there is one hiding down there. Its name is Burstcoin. And I believe Burstcoin is actually a major cryptocurrency that's kind of like a dark horse hiding in the background. And Burstcoin, actually, earlier today was at number 199. And it's been sliding up the ranks. I wrote an article about Burstcoin for Bitcoin News, and it was at 245 at the time. And earlier today, it actually went up to 199. So Burstcoin's been going down like the other cryptocurrencies, but it's been going down less relative to the other cryptocurrencies. Right now, it's back to 207. It's gone down. Well, when the crash happened today, it went down like 9%. But Burstcoin is like the only proof of capacity coin that's like a major cryptocurrency. I'm sure there's like a copycat or two of Burstcoin. But yeah, Burstcoin's the king of the proof of capacity. And then, okay, I want to introduce this concept of king of cryptocurrencies. There's multiple kings. There's the king of SHA 256. They call it SHA 256. That's Bitcoin. And that's actually just the king. These other ones might be called like the governors, or I guess in like a feudal system you would have the king and then lesser king. So we have the king is really Bitcoin. The lesser kings are Litecoin, the king of the script coins. Dogecoin, the king of the shibes on Reddit. Burstcoin, the king of proof of capacity. Dash, the king of X11. Ripple's the king of Ripple, I guess. And then Monero's the king of privacy coins. IOTA's the king of directed at cyclic graph coins. And yeah, those are the kings, and they will survive long term. So if you're going to make a portfolio, and I don't know if I'm allowed to give investment advice. Why not? Because I am an expert. So yeah, those are the coins that will survive long term. Unique coins. They're unique, and therefore they have strong communities because they're unique. And they have good... It's not just that they're unique. They have useful, unique technology. And that gives them strong communities. Alright, so that's enough of the market analysis. Just to sum up, we have a big red candle in the market because it's Hanukkah, the first day of Hanukkah. Alright, now going into our first story. Oh, I love talking about the Petro. Venezuela has launched an initial coin offering, basically, and they never gave anyone any coins. So this is quite similar to the rest of the crypto space. I'm not saying every initial coin offering doesn't give coins. In fact, most of them give the coins out because it's so easy. You could literally, like, I found a program today where you can click the button and launch your own coin, like, actually for free. So, yeah, I don't know why Venezuela didn't just launch an ERC20 token at least, but they didn't launch any cryptocurrency, and I'm going to go into that right now. So the reason we're talking about Petro today is President Maduro, Nicolas Maduro of Venezuela, raised the price of the Petro from 3,600 sovereign bolivars to 9,000 sovereign bolivars. And just the fact that he could hike the price up, let alone by over 100%, he could hike the price up, which means there's no free market. All real cryptocurrencies have a free market. They have trading pairs on cryptocurrency exchanges, and they could easily be bought and sold, and that sets a free market price through supply and demand dynamics. The Petro does not have that because there is no free market, because it's not tradable, because it's probably not a cryptocurrency. There's more evidence than that. So let's do all the evidence right now, all at once. So there was a Reuters study, at least it was published on Reuters, and they found that there is no oil backing the Petro because the oil that is supposedly backing the Petro is in the ground near the town of Atapair, something like that. Atapair, something like that. And it's in the ground around there, and there's no oil infrastructure. So, like, they did, like, one test drill or, like, a few test drills around there, and they found, yeah, there's oil on the ground here, but they didn't build any infrastructure. It's not cost-effective to build it yet, so there's going to be no oil mined from there for years, and that's the oil that's backing the Petro. So they're backing it with oil that's never been mined, and I bet once they do, I'm just speculating, but once they do mine that oil years from now, they're probably not going to use it to back the Petro. They'll probably sell it for money. Anyways, that's besides the point. So, and then there's no evidence, like, there's no system set up that we know about for, like, oh, here's a barrel of oil, and this represents this Petro coin. They don't have a linkage like that. So there's no system set up for that. So the Petro is supposed to be backed by oil and therefore stable. It's not. And then the Petro Block Explorer is so sad. It has no blocks or transactions. They can even make a fake Block Explorer. They didn't even take the time to do that. They kind of made a fake Block Explorer, but it's so fake, it's obvious. To us, at least, the crypto experts. It has no block or transaction data, and there's only a counter on the bottom, and it shows 3,248 blocks right now. There's supposed to be 1 block per minute. They pretty much, like, copied Dash's white paper, and it's supposed to have 1 block a minute according to their white paper, but it doesn't. That's like 1 block a minute's like almost, it's like 1440 blocks per day, so this is like 2 or 3 days of blocks that are represented at the bottom. And it's been ticking very slowly, and it doesn't make any sense. So the Petro Block Explorer is fake. And then also the Petro wallet is unavailable at this time, so there's no wallet to download, and therefore no one could run a node even if they wanted to. And then when people buy the Petro, and they've done like a little show of this, they like flash their certificates in front of the cameras, and because they're doing that, there's obviously no private key on the certificate, and it appears the Petro is really just a paper certificate, and it's fiat currencies. Like, the Venezuelan government could print the Petro at any time they want, because it's pretty much fiat currency. And then Maduro further proved the Petro is not a cryptocurrency by decreeing that anyone that purchases the Petro in 2018 can trade it for Bitcoin and fiat, like the whatever. And probably not the USD, but probably like euros and stuff. I don't know. So people that buy the Petro in 2018 can trade it for other currencies, whether it's cryptocurrency or fiat currency. But if you buy it in 2019 and beyond, like, so if you don't buy it in the next month, then you could never trade the Petro for anything. Or like anything but the Bolivar probably. So you can't, like, for a real cryptocurrency, it's a fungible token. So you could not distinguish Bitcoins that were mined in 2018 versus Bitcoins that are mined in 2019, and therefore you can't ban the trading. There's like, well, first off, you can't control Bitcoin network, but I'm just trying to make an example. Cryptocurrencies are fungible, and you can't distinguish ones that were bought in 2018 versus ones that were bought in 2019. But with the Petro, it's a non-fungible paper certificate, and that's the proof of it. The fact that Maduro can ban people that bought Petro in 2019 and beyond from trading it means it's a non-fungible certificate. Non-fungible means each one is different. It has like your name on it and stuff and your info. And so they'll be like, oh, you bought this in 2019. You can't sell it. And then that ties back into the original point of the article. If the Petro was a fungible cryptocurrency, there would be trading pairs for it on a cryptocurrency exchange. But it is a non-fungible certificate, so there's no trading pairs. You can only directly buy it from Venezuela. It's not even a cryptocurrency. We just keep covering this because Venezuela continues with the... They're saying that it is a cryptocurrency, and it's the official cryptocurrency of Venezuela. And it's mind-boggling that they didn't just launch a real cryptocurrency. They could have even done an ERC20 token. Why not? But they didn't. They could have taken 1 minute and clicked on like a free app, or just had someone that knew about Ethereum launched them a coin. They could have had... they're a whole country with lots of money. Even though they're a really poor country that's going through problems, they make plenty of money, actually. It's like they have plenty of resources in Venezuela. The only reason their country is poor right now is because of bad management. So, they could find one expert and pay him a little money and make a real cryptocurrency. Even like a version of Dash or whatever they were trying to do. But they didn't. I don't understand that. Alright, on to our next story. It's just a small story about NEO. So, NEO is a blockchain platform. It's called the Chinese Ethereum. And there's lots of tokens that run on NEO, such as The Key, Wildbit, Red Pulse, Phoenix, and there's like a dozen or two other ones. And so NEO is a good platform for dApps like Ethereum, like I said. But they found a major critical bug. Basically, you could be remotely hacked when you sign into your NEO node and use the default configuration. So people are just using the wallet as they should. They're launching the node and then using the default configuration. A hacker could get their coins remotely. And that is, so they could hack the NEO coins and all the tokens that are associated with NEO. And this was found out by Tencent Security Labs, which is like a major Chinese internet company. They figured out this exploit, and then they told everyone that they have to update to the latest version of NEO Client, the client program, avoid using the RPC function, and modify the address of bind address in the configuration file to 127.0.0.1. And then they said if you must use RPC, you got to take more steps, because some servers and programs require RPC. And then you got to change the RPC port number and enable the HTTPS-based JSON RPC interface and set the firewall too. So Tencent Security Labs probably uses NEO. It's very popular in Asia and China. And Tencent Security Labs is kind of like... Well, Tencent's kind of like a Google sort of thing in China. It's like a major tech company, an internet company. And so they were using NEO. They found the exploit. And they told people in the NEO community not only to update for this bug, but to pay attention to like unusual transfer activity in their wallets too. And then report that. So NEO should be okay, and the market price of NEO didn't crash from this. It might have went down today when everything else went down. But yeah, so this is an easily fixable bug, probably, but it might cause some people to lose money. Because now that all the hackers know about it and not everyone updated, this is kind of the way it works. When you update about a hack and the hackers find out. Well, hopefully everyone's okay that uses NEO, because there's a lot of dApps attached to it. Imagine if Ethereum had a critical bug like this. It would be the biggest news. This probably is the biggest news in Asia, so that's why we're covering it. That's all we have for you today on this December 3rd, 2018 edition of the BitcoinNews.com Daily Podcast. Go to BitcoinNews.com 24/7 for the full spectrum of Bitcoin, blockchain, and cryptocurrency analysis. And come back tomorrow for another exciting episode. This is your host, Space Marine, signing out. Adios, amigos.